My apologies. I muted my Yeti by accident and not the actual thing. That's fine. But apologies for that, guys. As always, you guys know who I am. I'm your host with the most, the Rich T58. Hope you do well. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. As you're coming in, please make sure, as always, to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to tell a friend, helps me out at the end of the day, and everything else. But am I still muted, guys? I can't be muted now, surely not. No? I'm not muted. No. Okay, thank you. I'm not muted anymore. Thank you. Okay. I was fairly say I'm not muted anymore. But listen, guys, as I was saying, obviously a lot of news came out today. I think with the January transfer window, the one thing I always say is that it's a bit more of a erratic transfer window, you know what I mean? So I usually hold off a bit more. I like to wait and see approach, see what happens, and then obviously give my thoughts and opinions on it, as always. But listen, I am not alone, as always, you know. Obviously, you can see me, the one and only, the Bridge Nation here, but I've obviously got my fellow co-hosts when it comes to transfers that we've done for I think it's our second transfer window now together, aka Mr. Web Sports himself. How are you doing, my bro? Hope you're doing well.
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. Doing good. But listen, a lot of stuff to talk about, of course.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
In regards to the setup,
we're getting news right while we're sitting here, bro.
That's right, man. That's so cool. That's breaking news FC, man, around here. You know what I mean? The
breaking news FC, right?
That's it, man. Facts. So listen, obviously in regards to some of the centre back situation, we'll discuss that a little bit more. The midfield situation is very interesting. I did see a Kvaratskhelia comment. I don't really like to take his comment. I don't really like to take manager's words post interview as like seriously, in my honest opinion. But it was something that I found very interesting that I was a bit confused about, honestly. But before we all do all of this and talk about some strikers, of course, etc., I've got to put a PSA out there. This is a special message for one person only. This is to Luis Campos, of PSG. Can you stop watching the show, bro? Stop watching the show, bro. Stop watching the show, Luis Campos, bro. You know what I mean? Put it down, bro. Respectfully, you're watching the show too much now, man. He's taking all my transfer targets. Even the ones I'm not speaking about are now going to his club. Please, bro, put the gun down, man. Put the gun down, please.
Put the gun down, Luis Campos. Please,
bro. Please, bro. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that we have to face FFP and PSR in the Premier League, and you don't have any in League One. But please, bro, you know what I mean? Chill out.
They got FFP. They don't sound PSR.
Yeah, they got the UEFA one only. The one in League
One
is like FFP. Trash. Oh, sorry, wrong one. But I was meant to say they don't have PSR, I should say, in League One basically, and the one that's the ones that's even in there, if I'm not mistaken, is like dead ass trash, as they say. So we move. But listen, we should actually just start with the breaking news because that's obviously just the one that just came out literally out of nowhere. It was kind of a crazy haymaker, I have to say. Was unexpected, but let me just bring that up fast. Let me make that 200 as I always do. Let me set us up like this. Bish, bash, and bong. And that is, of course, the news that Juventus are interested in Axel Disasi, according to Dimasio. And he goes on to say that Chelsea have opened the possibility of a loan plus obligation linked to the number of times he plays. In addition to, obviously, I think that's Antonio. Which Silva is that? Is that Antonio Silva they're talking about?
Correct.
And obviously Ronald Araujo of Barcelona, Juventus seeking Disasi. So that is what's going on as of right now. Obviously we've known for a while that Disasi clearly is unfavored in the squad, but somehow is still getting minutes. We as a club, we wanted to move him on. As fans, we wanted to move on. He's hoping and praying Chelsea can get the deal to move him there. Done to once. And I think the interesting thing that we should talk about, I don't know, I do wonder how they make this one happen. But what are your thoughts on this one, bro?
I think that this is something that we probably should look at as something that's probably going to happen. The reason I say this is because out of the players that are linked, our player is the most reasonably priced out of the three. So at this current moment, Antonio Silva they're looking for nearly 80 million for him. The Araujo, the number came out for him, and that's going to be, I think that they said that was
40 to 50, no?
Nah, I saw somebody say 60 to 70.
Damn, that's too much for them, yeah.
We're probably looking for around 30 million total.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's just the most affordable player for them. So I do think that this would happen. They really do need another center back. Like they're scrounging for center backs at this current moment. So I do think that there is a high chance that does happen. Namaya was in the chat. It was in Lewis's chat earlier, telling me, where are we going to get rid of Disasi? And I told him, I don't care as long as they let them do their jobs. Their sporting directors have to do their jobs on this one. Like, it's not my job for me to find where they should be moving this guy. They have to move him, plain and simple. So
exactly.
Here we are. They're ready to move him. They found a club that would be willing to take him on for the year, and then we can get on to some other targets after whenever you're ready. But yeah, we'll definitely be getting some new players. We'll definitely be getting another center back in this window.
I think for me, at the end of the day, being able to remove Disasi off the books is always going to be a net positive, whether we like to admit or not. And if we can do this, it's going to be interesting. I do wonder, is it going to be? I do wonder what the obligation they're going to add to it. Is it going to be like if you play like 50% of the games, then something like that? He basically has to be brought. Be interesting to see how they make that work out to once at the end of the day. But of course, that is, I think, pretty much the news in regards to one of the centre back targets talks. And there was a little bit of breaking news that just came up beforehand. Now, you guys know me; I don't like to talk about interviews for post conference interviews, only because managers sometimes say one thing and then
I mean, this is like the big thing with these that you have to kind of understand is they're not really allowed to speak on other teams' players. Like that's
Exactly.
something that's actually like frowned upon. And actually, I'm pretty sure you can get fined for that.
Yes, you can.
So like that's just something that like we just have to understand when he's speaking in this.
The
It's
problem,
not
yeah.
necessarily like once
The
again
answer,
gospel.
yeah. Lupanga. I just want to say quickly. Buddy Issue can't even if he wanted to remove Buddy Issue, he can't remove him right now because he's injured, bro.
Yeah,
He
because
would
he's
fail the
injured.
medical. He would literally fail the
Yeah.
medical, Lupanga, bro. So why would we need to move him on now when he's injured? It makes no sense. But obviously Maresca says that we don't need a centre back. At the moment, I think we are okay. We have Benoit, who is close to being back. We have Josh, who's doing well. Axel and Levi, who can all do well in the position. Now, obviously, the reason why I'm just speaking of this really quickly is just that I think to obviously take this a pinch of salt, and but at the end of the day, I don't think anything's going to be happening in this regard as well. But we move. But guys, let's actually talk about the main centre back target that it seems that Chelsea are really try to get into really quickly, and that is of course Marc Guehi. Now, so according to Simon Johnson, Liam Toomey, obviously Chelsea reporters for the Athletic, I would call them tier zero in regards to their news and their information. Sources have said an offer in the region of 14 million for Marc Guehi could be sufficient enough for talks to gain traction. So clearly, this, one of the things that I always talk about with Chelsea, the way they like to move is that they usually try to get guys for around about the 40 to 45 million range. Maybe I could see them doing a 50 at a push, but 40 to 45 million is what I usually see our club act in regards to trying to get transfers done. And
As soon as I saw this number, I'm like, fuck, he's ours. Like as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's it, boys. Like you guys see our next center back right here. He's right here.
Exactly. And and so obviously the fact he's got 18 months left in his deal. The Chelsea already sounded out for him. There's not been any other centre back targets that we've really spoken to in general. For me, this is most likely leads to him basically being the guy that we're gonna get.
Yeah.
And I never actually got your thoughts on Guy. What was your thoughts on Guy?
I actually, all right. So I don't mind the signing overall. Like as much as like people may not agree with me on this, I don't actually mind the signing as in an overall sense. I think he brings a sense of stability to the back line that we've been lacking just overall. Like we just don't have like stability back there. And I think with him, it really does just bring a sense of stability to the team. Like he's not going to be he's not going to give you like 8s and 9s really. Like that's just not what he's going to be doing. But he's going to be a guy who's going to give you 7s on a consistent basis. And like next to Levi, I do think that could be a really good partnership where Levi likes to be really aggressive. And then Marc Guehi is a more calming presence back there. He can play both. He's both footed. He can defend wide areas. Like the only thing that you have to and the other thing is like, now that you got this guy, he has leadership qualities that we just don't have in the back line, period. Like he just doesn't. Second thing is you can now go get a young center back. Like if you want to get another young center back, if you move on from Badiashile, if you move on from Tosin next year, you can go and get a young center back because now you have Guehi, you're not putting all the pressure on Guehi, the young center back. Like, for instance, if we had Euro, right, just for the sake of an individual to point out, if you had Euro, he's 19 years old, you wouldn't want him to start. Like, you don't want him to come in and be the starter. You're getting him for about 40 million. I think he's 25, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
At the end of the 4-year deal, we'll probably give him a 5-year deal, and at the 4th year, we probably still could get around 30 million for a player of his caliber, even in 3 years, right? So like, it's a great place. It's a great for the price point, for already knowing the club, already knowing the league, not having to have an adjustment, plays both sides, but like can play right-sided, can play left-sided. it just hits too many check marks for me to say it doesn't make sense. Like he hits that. Now, is there deficiencies? Of course, he's not a very tall center back. He doesn't win a lot of aerial duels, but aerial duels haven't been our issue. Like
Exactly.
we're not necessarily dealing with, you know, like we're not necessarily dealing with like crosses into the box that are killing us in the air.
Exactly.
We're not losing on corners anymore. We're not losing on set pieces without getting scored on by set pieces as like on a consistent basis. But Mazza, great number. I was about to bring the number up. He has a 55% area win percentage. It's not the greatest, okay? It's not anything to write home about. But when we talk about this to compare to what Chalobah was doing for us, Chalobah had an 18% aerial win percentage. Like, this is not a comparison. Like, that comparison is not equal. Like, people want to say, oh, bring Chalobah back. All right, like, I get it. But now we can just sell Chalobah and get pure profit again. It's more defending. It's more defending up and down in deep spaces and covering. And I saw him cover like deep spaces, like against us. He was Neto versus him for 90 minutes pretty much. Like, we'll be all right with this signing, especially for the number. Now that I know this number, it's a solid signing. I would say it's a solid B signing that you can hang your head on. I would say it's a B.
Oh, let me just finish this. I need to just transfer some money quickly. There we go. Money's been transferred now. Boys, Bridge Nation is not gonna advocate for the transfer. Now, I'm just kidding. The reality is, I think we also need to realize, guys, what is the market we're working in right now, right? In terms of centre backs, I think we've got one echelon of centre backs who are like the elite of the elite. I think they're very comfy right now. Maybe barring like a Van Dijk who hasn't obviously agreed a contract yet, but essentially those guys are basically at clubs they're already happy at, and they've got everything they need. It's gonna take a monstrous offer and convincing for them to really come to our club. And like as of right now, and the way we know this our football club moves, I doubt that that's gonna be the way that stuff is gonna take place. So that's just one thing to talk about, boys. I think the second aspect of it is then we've got a whole new section. A good example I would actually use of this right now is actually look at Man City, what they're doing right now. They're bringing Victor Reis. They're bringing Kusanov, guys that are very, very raw in talent that are going to take maybe 2, maybe 3 years to really get to maybe the place you want them to be. And I think from a Chelsea perspective right now, I don't think you need it right now. You need guys that can do the job for you, man. And this is where I come to like there's a middle section. And that middle section right now is probably a guy like Guehi, who I would say is overall solid. Yes, he has a handicap, which is already known about in regards to him, which is his height, right? And so that's what we're working. We're working in the middle tier of strikers right now, guys that have known
center backs, but yeah.
So centre backs where that they can do overall good job, but they have known weaknesses that you just gonna have to accept. Course. Exactly. So,
but I think the other side of it is just the experience in being in the league. Like, if we're talking about like, all right, City is going to spend the same amount of money on this Kusanov guy. He'd say I already spent 40 million on this Kusanov guy. Okay, exactly. 40 million on this Kusanov guy. This guy has played 20, maybe 20 games in a top league, the French league, which we would say, at the bottom of the top leagues, and they're spending 40 on the guy. Like, it's boom or bust for that. That's all boom or bust. Where with this signing, we're talking B. We getting a B. Like, we getting a B player. Like, that's it. He's a B player at best. And we not go up, not down. He's a B player, right? He ain't gonna give you Fs. Like, he ain't gonna give you, D- performances. He's gonna give you C+ to B performances nearly every week. So, like, to me, it makes sense. It all makes sense for me. Like, I'm not upset about the Guehi signing. especially if he's replacing Disasi. Really think it's a good signing in overall in the end. That's just me personally, though.
Yeah, exactly. And let's read some of your comments actually while we're here. What was it called? From the left CB position, maybe not the right CB, and Colwell isn't aggressive. CB's that's for Fana, fair enough. I think he gives you a solid 7.5 week in, week out, and gives you the leadership at the back. Again, the leadership one aspect, I'm not so much buying into that one, but in terms of like doing a job,
Why don't you buy into it? He's been the captain of their team for.
I mean, he can. I mean, he was the captain. Was he the captain last season? I don't think he was the captain last season.
Yeah, he was.
Was he? Oh, but
Yeah,
I've always
he's been the captain for a couple of years now.
Listen, these days, man, holding the. You know, I mean, listen. All I'm saying, Akim Anderson.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just asking in a sense of like, why not?
I think I was talking about from a leadership centre back, from a leadership on the centre back.
Right, but I think he is. I think he is a lead by example type of player, and not for nothing. Like we got a bunch of kids in the team. Like this is an adult in the team, an adult that's been a part of our academy. That was a part of our academy.
Well, listen, we'll see, man.
I don't think we're paying 50+ million. That's the thing. We were just quoted at 40 EPL.
Why are we talking about Gittins over Barcola? Like we're not even linked to Barcola.
All right, we're not there. We're not there yet. We're not there.
Yeah, but
yet.
I'm just saying we're not even linked to one of those players, bro. We're not even linked.
Yeah,
to
we
one of
have.
those players.
Yeah, we have. We've been linked with Gittins. We've been linked.
No. I said we're not even linked to. No. You didn't hear what I said. I said we're not even linked to one of those. Like as in like one of those players. We're not linked to. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think that's our window right there. Guehi and Gittins. That's our window. Done. No, they're not gonna get nobody else. Watch. I'm telling you right now.
I have to agree with that.
Telling you right now.
Mark is 24, turning 25 in July. Oh, me and him got the same birthday month. What can I say, man? 55%. He looks older than me too. Damn, crazy. 55% of aerial duels won. Yeah, that's nothing. Fair enough. You're defending. Guy is miles clear of Chalaba. Okay, we didn't do comparisons here. Let's chill out, please. You know, at the end of the day,
Getting scored today too.
Yeah, I did see that. But damn, Leverkusen's already 1 point behind Bayern, and they had a poor start. Crazy. Neto was cooking him his first half. Fair enough,
bro. That Leverkusen team is so funny, bro. He plays 4 center backs, though his wingers are both wing backs, and it's just like, and they control the game with that. With that, they control the game with 4 center backs and 2 wing backs, and then it's just Xhaka, whoever else is gonna run for Xhaka, and then he's been playing that winger at striker. What's the kid's name?
Tella,
yeah, Nathan Tella.
Bro, he was at Burnley, wasn't he?
He was at Burnley, yeah.
Yeah, man.
He was at Burnley.
That is a nasty transfer, bro. That was a
they found the talent there, man.
Shout out to them, man.
I think Burnley, though, I'm not gonna lie, Burnley over the last I would say 2 years, 3 years have scouted awesomely, really well, really well.
Ahmed Barcola. All right, Vic, chill out, please. Also, he gets the club for what he's worth. Juventus, yes, we thank you for letting us know. Can we ask our SDs and fan base to focus on what we need, centre back and striker, then chasing every candy available in store? Kvaratskhelia, I'm assuming is the first one. Araujo, well, I mean, Araujo is a centre back, bro. So,
technically, that fits the role.
I mean, the Kobe one can probably be a big part of that. Is probably from the Manchester United and his.
That's
Manchester
more
United,
the agents, bro. That's more Kobe's
and the
agents,
bro. Yeah, and the agents, bro. So.
Mazda Gittins is the left winger for Dortmund right now. He's the one who scored for Dortmund today.
Barcola or Gittins over Kvaratskhelia. Wow. This is crazy takes.
I mean, do you want me to? Not that I actually agree with it, but do you want me to actually give you the reasoning behind it?
I mean, I understand the reason behind it. I'm just saying that, I feel like he was saying that as a verbatim statement. You know what I mean? If he says that as a verbatim statement, that's crazy.
Let's just say that Gittins is 50 million, right? Let's just say Gittins is 50 million. The type of winger that Gittins is has historically worked better than the type of winger that Vara has in this league. Vara is not fast. Like, he is not a fast winger. He's tricky, but he's not fast. And I don't know if you know this, but Maradona has the worst take-on percentage in Serie A this year. The worst. Under 40% in his take-ons.
Nasty work, bro. Nasty work.
Yeah.
Nasty
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. We're talking about a player who has, in my opinion, hasn't played well in 18 months. He hasn't been playing well for 18 months. But the name, right? The name, bro. It's the name in the end.
I think, listen, Vastro, Murillo is the asking price here is 70 million, bro. For Murillo, or 80 million, right? You need to realize, sometimes, bro, you're just gonna get priced out of it because of Premier League tax, for example. In the case of Murillo, bro, you're just gonna get completely outpriced, and unless you're willing to pay that price, right? For Murillo,
Let's see what Fabrizio came out. Fabrizio said something about Carney.
No, he just said he's not gonna play. It's just the same quote that Marc said. He's not gonna be able to play, and then he came up with a crazy excuse of we've got too many midfielders. You know? Wallahi, bro, I can't lie.
I'm telling you, this guy, bro. If there isn't another manager in this league right now that knows how to play with the media, this guy knows how to play with the media, bro. He knows the media. He's playing with the media so much. They take every quote and make it gospel when he knows that he's just taking all the pressure off everybody. Like, that's just what he does. I'm not surprised. That's all I have to say. I'm not surprised. A way that he's talking now after the first couple interviews, a couple press conferences, I knew he would be acting like this in this window. I knew that.
Big up Crook and Joey. You know, Joel, bro. I don't know why you keep talking like this, bro. You support.
Gusto is arrested?
That's not true, bro. Don't worry. Leave it, bro. Leave it. It's not true. It's not true. Oh, come on, man. What are we doing, bro? Man, them doing crazy stuff, you know. Like, let it go, bro. Carney update. Still living off to Scudetto season. I'm not sure who he's.
What did that say? Chelsea are interested in Yunus Akun.
Yeah, I'm getting to him. He's the next one. Who is this one though? Quickly, Scudetto season. Who's still living off the Scudetto season?
Vara.
Oh, Kvaratskhelia. Oh, fair enough. Chelsea are interested in Galatasaray's winger Yunus Akun, Le Courrier Européen. I don't know what that source is, but I don't really know that much on the brother, so it would be wrong of me to say anything. Well, listen, we'll see about Carney. We'll talk about Carney a little bit for sure. Don't know if that's true, but he has been good. He has good stats at Galatasaray this season, and was a player under Maresca last season. Oh, was he? Fair enough. Okay, did not know that, bro. Listen, again, the guy that was saying that stuff here is not legit.
Bro, Gusto was in training pictures today. What are we even doing, bro?
Bro, these random Twitter accounts to education.
I see 4 hours ago pictures of Gusto training. What are we doing, bro?
Listen, guys, you need to realize, Twitter is a cesspool, guys. Please, can we realize that, bro?
It is an absolute cesspool.
There's the amount of misinformation that goes on that app, is criminal. Okay, so please stop. So please, don't read something on Twitter and think it's gonna be true. Please, nah, that's all I'm just saying, bro. Our scouting department is cooked as of now. Gusto posted on Instagram. Mudryk Gusto will be sharing a cell. You can't be jailed in Mudryk's case. So no.
You can't actually you can't actually be jailed for what Mudryk did.
You actually can't get jailed unless obviously unless
you can't.
Was taken. No,
I'm
just saying, no, you can't obviously. But if it's like a Class A drug or something like Class B, something like that drug in the UK, then you obviously got the intent to supply or something like that. Then yes, then you can actually get jailed for that, unironically. But we move. But before we get to listen to some of the main
intent to supply, now you're just telling him that he's gone from doing a little bit of steroids to being Pablo fucking Escobar, like.
There we go, man. I'm just juicing it now. But listen, I want to actually just talk about really quickly, Renato Vega. So there was actually some breaking news that came out today from Jacobs Ben. I don't have Salt with me anymore because
Jacobs Ben.
Yes, Ben
It's
Jacobs.
Ben
You know what I mean?
Jacobs.
I just said his Twitter name. You know what I mean? Ben Jacobs. But obviously, he was mentioning that obviously Renato Vega was inquired about I think either for a loan deal or like to be brought. Then
This
what are
chat
your
always
thoughts on
gets
that?
me, bro.
What are your
This
thoughts
chat
on that?
always gets me. Wait, Renato Vega?
Yes, obviously, because obviously
You don't.
there's
You
Wolves
don't
came in
sell.
for
There's no reason to
approach for him.
sell him, bro. There's no
Mm.
reason to sell him, bro. And you want to know something? If we sold him, we make profit. We bought him for $8 million. We'll make a profit in 6 months
lie,
on
man.
Renato. We would.
Wallahi,
He's
I'm
already
getting tired of
got
this, man.
caps for
Wallahi,
Portugal. We would make a profit if we wanted to sell Renato Vega. Right or no? Correct or no? Correct or no?
You know what it is. Listen, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, bro, man, I'm not here for profit, man. I'm here to win, bro. I'm getting tired of this profit signings, man. Wallahi. Like, I'm getting tired, bro. You know what I mean? I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it.
I don't know what you're even talking about. I'm just saying that. Like, if we wanted to sell him, we would make profit on him. Right?
I get what I said. I get what you're saying.
I don't
bro.
know where you're going with why you even like. I don't know where you're going with.
I said I get what you're saying, but I said I'm starting to get tired for profit sales. Does that make sense? That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm tired of not getting a goddamn striker. So yeah, here we are. Tired,
bro.
I'm just fucking tired. Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm gonna go fucking live after this, and I'm about to fucking rant for like 30 minutes.
We will be there. We will be there. Just know we will be there.
I'm going live after this shit, bro.
We'll be there. But like, listen, other stuff that we need to talk about. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. After 6 months, he's about to go out the window. Obviously, touch wood in the sense that obviously, you know, someone does come in for him, whether it be loan of an obligation or it's like he actually gets moved on for money. How do you feel? How do you feel about his tenure, his signing, and everything in general about that, Joe? Because for me, it just makes it. I've always said, yes, he was a PSR signing, but the way it just turned out for him has been less than adequate for us and for him at the end of the day, right? And it's you know, particularly when we've needed that midfield depth, right, from a manager perspective. You know, not being able to even use him and let him do a job for us has been quite detrimental to us, particularly in these last few games.
So, like, KDH for me is just like it was always a useless signing. Because in the end, right? In the end, what we're talking about here is this. We went and got a midfielder in the profile of, God damn, Ahmed, you can't pour that shit into a cup.
No cup. I've got my cup, so I have to just chug it. I had to like chug it quickly, bro.
Fucking pour that shit into a cup, my guy. What we doing?
No,
here?
I don't have a cup. I have to go. Like, I have to go downstairs. Like, and I can't remember to go downstairs right now, bro. I'm on the stream. I was like, I need the water right now. That's all.
The gusto. Yeah, I don't believe that shit.
There's no, bro, guys. You do realize,
I literally have looked up all over.
By the way, the interview link. Listen, I don't obviously if it turn out to be true, obviously it's bad, but like the thing that they're showing is from like the Daily Mail, if I'm not mistaken, or like it's from like the Daily Mail, sorry, right? And like the problem is that we can't connect the article to him. Does that make sense? I think, but listen, I'll do research. You talk about thingy because I can actually, you know, listen,
I just don't understand how he would be in training if he was arrested. How does that gusto though? How did we get to that being gusto? I just don't understand this. Like I literally don't get it.
It's not.
I don't see a single article about it, bro. Like I just see a bunch of people talking
the
about
article that he's even using is not even.
Yeah,
like, bro, yeah.
I know what article we're talking about there, but they didn't put no. They didn't put no. Like, how did we get to Gusto being the person?
Listen, man, these man, yeah, that's because someone's been playing 4. They just want to start. They're doing some start. They're doing their craziness, bro. You know what I mean? Ahmed, you got something calling on your upper lip. Chill out, man. Chill out, senior, man. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you, senior, though, man. Listen, shout out to you, obviously. Shout out to you. Hope you do well. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Arrested in training, bro. Yeah. All right, brother. Listen. Let's just move on from
But
this
yeah,
nonsense.
but didn't that article come out like 2 days ago?
The article's not even got a link. I've not even seen a link to this article, bro. So
I
like,
know. I've been trying to find this article this entire time. This entire time since someone brought it up, I've been trying to find this article.
Bro, it's just, you know what it is, bro. Just people just trying to create content again. This is like Twitter article, bro. Just keep it pushing. Might be fake article. I don't know. Yeah, fair enough. Reese,
all right, whatever. Let's just move on, son.
But listen, obviously, as you were saying, bro, what were you saying about obviously we all talk
Well,
about that.
it does never. It never made sense. It never made sense to buy another 8. Like we had like an 8. We had enough 8s in our team. We needed more 6s in our team, and we had the 6s in our team. We just loaned them out for no fucking reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have had to loan out these players. To be honest, I think Leslie could help us in this team. I actually think Leslie could help us in this team. He would allow Caicedo to get a little bit more further forward in some games. You'd be able to rest Lavia in some games and actually play him and rotate between those 4. If it's Andre Santos, Andre Santos could have been in either of those spots, the 8 or the 6. He's that good. Like, to me, like, it just, the signing never made sense to begin with. It just sucks because I think he's actually a pretty decent player. Like, I just don't think he is as good as any of the midfielders we have. Like, even like the young kids that we got. So I think if he ends up at like a Villa or a West Ham or something like that, he'd be all right. And I would be surprised if he ends up at West Ham, like before the end of the window.
There we go. Fair enough. Listen, I disagree with everything you're saying, to be honest. At the end of the day, just you know what I mean, and he just doesn't make the signing never made sense. Everything never made sense about KDH. And listen, I just wish enough about the best. Obviously, it's not been a great time for him.
And to be honest, and people are talking about Enzo in the chat. Enzo created a ton of chances for Jackson. Jackson just couldn't put him away. What are we talking about? Just because like he didn't get an assist. He was playing good over the last few games. It wasn't Enzo's fault that we've drawn games. People can't finish their chances.
We should actually speak a little bit about the other 2 midfielders that you just mentioned. Obviously, it's been reported from Liam Toomey that Andre Santos is not expected to come back to the squad this season, and they're not willing to recall him at all. So that's one guy definitely not coming. And Ugochukwu is currently the same. And Ugochukwu would have been, I think Matlo made a good point that
I don't know about that one, that Ugochukwu one yet.
We can, but listen, bro, right now, it's about to be in like 20 minutes, the 11th of January, and it's not been recorded back. So
yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. See, that's ignorance, bro. Why would we even say that? That's
the reason
ignorant.
why I would say that. The reason why I would say that is that if you want a player, right, to come back, and the manager just left the club.
But now what? Let me ask you something, okay? Because this is ignorance. This is absolute ignorance. Right. We have still have Cassidy on the books. We still have KDH on the books. On top of the 3, we still got those guys on the books. So why in the fuck are we bringing a player back before moving these players on?
Because we're not playing these players either way. We're trying to move them on.
That's not true. They're playing tomorrow.
Cassidy hasn't been
kicked. They would have played tomorrow. Yes or no, Ahmed?
They would have played tomorrow, but they're being moved on though.
So that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. They would have played tomorrow. That's it. They would have played tomorrow. It's not that Cassidy would have played. He's on his way to Torino. Until that Torino move is done, then I expect words on if one of these players are gonna get recalled. I'm not expecting the recall to happen until one of these players get moved on. That was the whole idea of this: is move on from the players that we don't like and bring one of them back. Not bring one of them back and then hope someone takes one of our players. That's ignorance. That's ignorant to expect it to happen on January 1st. Absolute ignorance. It just because it's January 10th doesn't mean that he can't come in. He can't get recalled after Cassidy or KDH gets sold. That's ignorant to think that that's the case. You're just assuming, making assumptions way ahead of time that this is the case because of the numbers of the squad. It makes no sense. Why would we add enough? We have 5 midfielders for the pivot, and then you 5 midfielders for the pivot. If you take one of those midfielders out, then we're short. Then we're short. Why would you call anybody?
No. But the thing is, there's no book value for us for bringing back Ugochukwu, for example, right? I'm just gonna say let's use Ugochukwu for an example.
That's irrelevant.
No. I don't know. Yeah, 1 second though. But I get what you're saying. But I think for me, what bringing Ugochukwu back is not gonna necessarily cause you any issues. Because then
yes, it will.
No. Because the reason why it won't.
Now we have 6 midfielders.
Yes, but you're still. But Cassidy being sold is already being done, being worked on.
That's not done.
No. But it doesn't matter. Irregardless,
what do you
you're
mean,
still doing.
Bro? It doesn't matter.
No. Because
what
the reason why
mean?
it doesn't matter because you're still in the process of doing it, bro. It shouldn't matter.
If he's still on our books, yes or no? If he's still on our books, yes or no?
That's because it's on your books. That's because it's on your books, bro. You're actively trying to move him on. Yes, he's on your books, but the plan is to move him on. All right, you're bringing in a guy, right? You're bringing the guy that you need because you need him essentially right now because the guy you're moving on from your book.
See, that's ignorance. It's ignorance to act that way and to think that way. It's absolute ignorance. If you bring another player back, now we had 6 midfielders. If that Cassidy deal falls through, then we're fucked. We have 6 midfielders and we recalled the guy for no reason. Just because you think the deal's going through doesn't mean it's going through. We pulled out of Amaridion in the last minute. What makes you think somebody wouldn't do that to us? Well, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You're going to recall a guy just because we think someone's being sold? No, you recall him because you sold someone. That's why. You don't think about it. You keep him at the spot that he's at. Like, regardless, it doesn't matter. You can recall both of them. But when you recall both of them, what are you going to do? You have to have players move on. So when teams come up to us and say, oh, you have 6 midfielders, we'll take 5% off of what we're paying for them. No, that's not how it works. We're not going to just that's not how business works. People understand if you have an influx of things, you could get the player, you could get the product for less if you have the influx of the product. If you have an extra influx of the product, you could get that product for less because they know that you need to sell. Otherwise, there's no point. There's no point to recall these guys until these guys are gone. That's it. Oh, just because it's January 10th. No, because it's January 10th. It's taking this long to get the Cassidy deal done. Then we can talk about who's next. Then we could talk about what, bro. It's and from the beginning. And here's the worst part: from the beginning of this window, the words were outgoings first to incomings. It has to be an outgoing for an incoming. This entire window, it's been that way. Everyone has said it in the thing. That's the thing. We can't just sit here and act like, oh, because we haven't done anything yet, that doesn't mean it means it's not going to happen. What? Like that's ignorant. Like that's actually ignorant. Like we actually just have to make the business go in the format that it is. You think Guehi's going to get done until Disasi gets sold?
No, that one I would assume. But I feel like
what's the difference, Ahmed?
But I feel like with that one, it's a more. I think actually it might be more so of a monetary thing. You want to actually get some money in first before you start doing before it gets up and done. Why do you not think I'm not listening? I'm literally listening. What's wrong with you guys, man? Chill. No, but I get what Joey's saying. I hear him, and I think that's probably correct. I just thought for me, at the end of the day, bro, with Cassidy, you're probably already gonna make a loss, but I get I think what Joey's saying at the end of the day is right, so I hear it still. What does that mean? Bro, I actually agree with him. He's right. I'm wrong. You know, that's one thing I can always say, man. Listen. You have to be man enough to say when you're wrong or not, bro. Chill out, big man. But obviously you spoke about Andre Santos and Ugo Chukwu, right? And obviously whether or not they're gonna come back in or not. And obviously maybe once Cassidy obviously leaves, KDH possibly leaves, that's when you bring him back, of course. Who else was I thinking about? Obviously, we spoke about Renato Vega. I think really, realistically now, it just comes back to like the attacking front. We should talk about Mudryk quickly because at the end of the day, in regards to Mudryk,
Nah, we shouldn't talk about him because here's the thing: we don't know what the
no. The reason why I'm
results
talking
are.
about
Let me
no,
put it
Norris.
this way before you go. Let me go before you go. We can't talk about him yet because even if he does come back and say he is banned, what are we gonna do with him? There's nothing we can do with him.
I'm not talking about Mudryk in that way. I'm saying obviously I'm talking about Mudryk in the sense that we should talk about Mudryk in the sense that obviously his case is still pending, obviously, barring the B sample, I think, which has been reported to come out at the end of this month. So we'll know by the end of this month for sure. But it is making Chelsea essentially basically start preparing plans for if the sad inevitable does take place, right? Which is bringing in another winger, particularly that left wing. So obviously been a couple of reports. The same old ones that we used to have in the summer window. In I forget his name. Williams Jr. obviously was one of the big ones that's been reported about again, and that Chelsea have liked. Gittins is another one, of course, that's been reported, and of course the big one obviously was Kvaratskhelia. That's also been reported. I know a lot of people have been doing this thing of like if PSG buy Kvaratskhelia, that means that left wing is gonna that means Barcola is gonna be available on the left wing, and so that means maybe Chelsea can do a deal to go and bring that guy in. Right, and so I think for me, we'll on that one we'll have to wait and see if that happens or not. So I'm not gonna necessarily say that's gonna happen or not. So but we should talk about some of the ones that have been linked to us. Now obviously Williams Jr. this season I think he's been having a pretty mid-season. I would
Poor. You
he's
could
been
just say
very,
poor.
yeah,
You could just say poor.
and I think that's sometimes that's a natural thing with young players where they go through these highs and they have these low seasons. So again with him, probably someone that still needs a bit more time and everything like that to make stuff happen. So we're gonna push him to one side.
I think he's like Barcelona bound. They'll find a way to sell
exactly
sell Rafinha to go get him. So because he's
exactly
Spanish. Just because he's Spanish.
Gittins this season. I've been having I think last season was his breakout season, but this season's been his season where he's been starting regularly, been playing, getting a lot of game time. You know the Borussia Dortmund method, right?
Yeah. Give him his time now. He's giving him his. They built him up to give him his time now.
Exactly, and so he's looking good in terms of what I see from him. But the thing is,
he's at 10 goals already.
I think with Gittins, the question I always ask is
10 goals, 3 assists.
Would they sell him now though? That's the question. That's the thing I would ask you because I don't think they'd be willing to sell him as of right now, Joey. Because
I think so. I don't think that. Here's the thing: is Dortmund. We know what Dortmund is in the end. In the end, regardless on how we want to look at it, Dortmund is a selling club. Like that's what they are. If the numbers right for them or the package is right for them, because they're also in the business of developing young players, which we have a lot of. So if there is a package / enough funds to be able to get a deal done for Gittins, they'll get a deal done for Gittins.
Of course,
that's the end all be all. I think around 50 million will probably do the trick for him. 50 million for him flat, 50 million for him. I would say, and maybe even like a loan of one of our players, and if they like them, they could keep them kind of situation. And you did see Carney links with Dortmund as well, so that might be a situation of that kind of come into fruition. But Gittins is on fire right now with it. He's on fire, and with the Joe Shields X-Man City links. I just think it's the most likely one.
Okay.
To get done. And I do see he fits. I do think he fits the system pretty well. Just based off of the style of winger that we lack on that side at this current moment.
Fair enough. But I will see what happens more. Gits is obviously we've been linked to him once, and after that, I don't feel like it's hotted up afterwards. But obviously the big one that I know everyone's talking about. Obviously, David Ornstein reported this that Chelsea interested in, of course, Kvaratskhelia. But I think for me, he's PSG bound, man. I think they've clearly given him a big contract. You know,
I'm gonna put money on it. He goes nowhere. Napoli keep him.
Fair enough.
How much money you want to put on it?
We can do 5-5 as you always do. We'll do that one as I always do.
You'll do a fiver? Okay.
We'll do a 5.
So I think in the end, because just numbers wise, like if you look at like the type of spending that PSG's done over the last 3 years, just looking in PSR aspects of it, if you look at the number of Staffy just turned me. That's
big up to Staffy. Make sure, guys. Yeah, as you come, make sure to obviously subscribe to Staffy TV. Obviously, big game on Sunday. Make sure to tune in. I know he's going to be doing a watch along for that. Listen, big up to you, Staffy.
So,
but listen, remember, respect me. I'm Ramirez. There we go.
Remember. 6 months ago. Okay, we're 6 months. We were sitting right here, me and you, Ahmed. Okay, and we were sitting here. We were like, Osimhen's going to PSG.
Exactly.
Remember, we were sitting here saying that 6 months ago. From right around now, 6 months ago, we were saying Osimhen's going to PSG.
100%. I remember.
Right? When PSG came up to Napoli, they said, "This is the number we're willing to spend." That's it. After that, what happened?
Nothing happened, bro. Literally, Chelsea were just trying to get him done, and we fucked up.
So, let's start with the reporting of what has happened with this, all right?
They're trying to get Skriniar down their throats, basically, for the price.
They try to shove Skriniar down their throat. They don't want Skriniar. Yeah. They say PSG's not willing to spend more than 45 million today. That's what came out today. Now they're having more meetings, and they're already looking for replacements. Go on our group chat and pull up the last thing that Abdi must put in.
Where is he?
Just go to a tinfoil hatters.
Oh, tinfoil hatters. Oh, I thought you said it was in the messages.
The group chat. No, in our group chat. I can put it in the. I can put it in the group.
I'll go for you.
Yep.
Let me go like square like this last time, and then I'll make it bigger for us.
So Santi J, who's very respectable in France when it comes to French reporting, and then DiMarzio, who knows his Italian reporting. So
she came out, yeah.
So and that just came out. So like in my opinion, right? There is I think they come back because here's the thing. They don't need wingers. In the end, if you look at the depth they have at wing, that's the last thing they need. They need a striker.
Comfortable, man. They're comfortable, bro. They're comfortable right now.
They're comfortable at wing. Comfy. They got two. They got two in both positions. Exactly. So them going for Duran now. Duran, Villa just put €100 million number on him. Pretty much. They ain't going for if they ain't gonna spend 45. They only gonna spend 45 on him. They ain't spending 100 on Duran. So I think that all this is just they.
I think Duran's got like a 4-game or 4-game suspension EPL stuff. That's why he's not on the bench.
He has a red card.
Remember the game against Newcastle?
Yeah, remember he had the stomp on the Newcastle, so he wasn't even available for this game regardless. Like he just couldn't be on the bench. So I mean, bro, like I said, what's 45 million? Pretty much the number we want for Nkuku.
Exactly.
So
listen, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens for sure. Hey.
Bro, you're the only person who's brought up Osimhen. Only person. Nobody's talked about Osimhen today.
You've not spoken about Osimhen today, by the way.
See,
I don't know why
not
people
what.
want to
See,
speak about Osimhen, bro.
see, I did. Because that's what my subject of conversation is. I'm not even gonna have. I'm going live after this, and I'm not even gonna bring his name up because that's. I don't need to have his name brought up. You brought his name up, Axe. You brought him. So you stay on your side.
Please,
Plus, he's
bro.
staying at Galatasaray till the end of the summer. They love him over there. He's happy.
Man.
So fuck it.
And the government's already involved in that one still, bro. They're trying to make sure that
They're
happens
keeping
for
him.
sure.
Yeah, they're trying to keep him.
Have you not set up your stream yet? I was actually just gonna.
Mine's it's. Oh, I just haven't hit create live stream.
That's what I was saying. I was waiting so I can redirect you basically straight after. So
Yeah.
Osimhen only was a thing during the summer. You know exactly. But listen, at the end of the day, with this Kvaratskhelia one, I just don't see it happening. Maybe I think the thing about the winger situation of Chelsea is going to be who they think they can get. I know obviously Gittins might be an option, as you said before. They may or may not get him. Obviously, Nico Williams is just going to be too complicated, man.
I really think Gittins is the one that you guys we actually go, because I think Dortmund's probably the one team that is most likely to negotiate with us.
Oh yes,
you know what I'm saying? Truly willing to negotiate. Like exactly, there's a sense of like all right, like there's teams that are like, I just want our money, and there's teams that are like, all right, tell me what you got. Like
exactly,
let's have a conversation about it. You know?
Exactly. And listen, there's been another name that's been put in the air for some reason. What's it called? That's been spoken about, and that is of course Bradley Barcola. Now, there's been a lot of stuff about, you know, if Kvaratskhelia goes this way, a left winger is going to be available. Now, I want to contrary the reports initially that some people have been talking about, particularly about him, because Asensio is also there, who's also plays there too, and he's apparently getting linked now to a move to Aston Villa. I don't know if you saw that, bro. Which is definitely
if I'm sure that's an if Duran can get done. I'm sure that's a tied. Yeah. I'm sure that's very tied.
Yeah, and like obviously that's one thing, and now people can hate me or not. Chelsea have had long-term interest in the player. We actually tried to sign him when PSG were trying to sign him at the time. People seem to have forgotten about that too.
This is Ahmed's tin hat theory. Now,
listen, I'm just gonna say the club still holds. I'm pretty sure the club still holds interest in him. He's got 10 goals already in the league this season. That's more than all of our wingers combined in the league. So I just want to put that out there so people understand who we getting. You know what I mean? But realistically speaking, it could definitely be something that happens, boys. Innit? It could definitely be something that happens. So I just want to put it out there. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen or not, so because like you know my judge and what happens when I start saying some things that are gonna happen or not happen. So I'm just gonna let you guys.
You got the judge, that's for sure.
So I'm just gonna obviously just put it in the air. I want to see what you guys' thoughts are. I'm gonna read some of your comments. So let's see what you boys are saying in regards to that. We need a ST. I don't think we need. We'll talk about ST in a bit. EPL stuff. I'll save your comments for later, my bro. No, Bradley Barcola, our player Ahmed. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated as always. Ahmed, you fraud. Another league owned player. End the stream. Keep Barcola away. Ahmed, we spoke about him for time. I know. Put some respect on his name. Thank you. Cap Ahmed. But where can I file a complaint against you about misleading club for league owned players? I didn't lead the club about Disasi. I said Disasi had his priorities at the time. Badiashile was good. Okay, people can hate me as much as they want, but Badiashile was a quality player when he was with us, bro. It was after that injury and stuff like that, bro. Listen, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't know what you want me to say after that, man. You know what I mean? You can't blame me for that, bro. You can't blame me for that one, bro. I'd be happy if you had a direct winger like Barcola. We have it. We hate it. Yeah, you get mad when Joe puts Armand. Armand Lorient is in Serie B, bro. Thank you very much. Badi still has potential. I will take Mbeumo, not Barcola. And do you know how much Mbeumo is going to cost us, guys? Come on, boys. That's basically the number one asset.
January is going to cost.
But even let alone the summer. Yeah, let on the summer. This is, by the way, Brentford's most prized asset. By the way, guys, this is the biggest asset right now. So we need to also think about that too. So, what are your thoughts on this Barcola stuff, Joey?
I'm just gonna leave it to you to have that conversation, my man. I think it's gonna be Gittins. I can see a world where we could get Barcola if Vara leaves. If Vara goes to PSG, I could definitely see that world. I can also see a world where Vara goes to Liverpool next year. That's just me though. I could definitely see a world where that happens. But I do think Gittins is the player that we go for in this window specifically, because I don't believe in these. I don't believe that our SD our bozos of sporting directors that we have are going to actually go and get a striker this window. So
we're not getting a striker this window, bro. We're actually not getting a striker. Although there was like a tentative link I should talk about. What's his name? Pletigo was saying basically on we were talking about like Rando Colomwani. You were saying that Chelsea was interested. Like you put Chelsea one of the interested clubs in Colomwani still.
Yeah, but the way that they've been talking today, Manchester United is actually like.
Yeah, of course.
That's deep in talks with them right now.
Of course. No, I get what you mean. But listen, at the end of the day, guys, I want us just to buy ready-made players, man, at this point, man. Can we just get some ready-made players? That's all I'm asking for, man. I'm starting to lose my will a little bit. Listen, I'm all for the FM rebuild challenge and stuff like that, man. Bridge Nation, he's there, man, day one. But like, we need to start completing, you know what I mean, the armory, if that makes sense. But we move. I don't think Colomwani is ready for the Prem. Fair enough. That's a tough league. That's a league in decline. Listen, Axia. Yeah, it's not about whether or not the league's in decline or not. You also need to think about what does the league help you do in terms of growth, in terms of what it can bring you, stuff like that. I think in terms of bringing out talent, League One is probably one of the best in the league to do so, by the way. So that's the reason why. But that is pretty much it. But Jerry, do you want to start your stream? Because obviously I think
yeah. Let me move it up a bit.
Listen, I'm gonna hop on as well. I'm definitely interested to listen to what the fans have to say about stuff like that. Hopefully we don't get any crash outs from certain people. But listen, we move, man. I'm very interested to hear what everyone has to say at all at the end of the day. But we move.
All right. Yeah, I moved it up. So
whatever you're ready. Obviously, we are going to be redirecting to my good friend Joey. Obviously, in terms of Chelsea content, I'm not going to do the Morecambe game tomorrow.
I probably will.
Listen, Joey can do that for sure. Listen, I'm a Chelsea loyal, but like, listen, I'm not that loyal. Sorry. That's crazy to say that. But obviously, no. Again, it's Morecambe, guys. It's probably going to be a very good game in terms of like goal first and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that, of course. I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. You know what I mean? A bit of R&R, recovery and pause. And what's going on? What did I say that was crazy, David Favre? Chill, bro. Listen, listen, I'm dedicated enough, man. I'm dedicated to I'm doing a pilot's watch along. Oh my god. Disrespect to Morecambe. Listen, man.
Isn't their logo a shrimp?
Yes, I think so, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Okay. That just goes to how bad your logos are. Okay, I'm going to my stream. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
What do you mean? Shrimp logo is not too bad, bro.
I'm going back to my stream. I know that's just I'm done with it after that. A shrimp. That's all I got to say. All right, see ya.
Wow. Ahmed is ducking the Morecambe smoke. What you mean? How can I be ducking the Morecambe smoke, bro? Morecambe should not be giving me any trouble, by the way, yeah? If we are struggling against Morecambe, believe me, I'll make sure there's a review show, bro, straight after, yeah? Where business is handled. But we move. But boys and girls, you guys know who I have been. I've been your host with the most, the Bridge 258. You can catch me, obviously, in a little bit on Joey's channel. I'm going to go and have a cheeky... some cheeky fruits. I need to get some rest and recovery. You know what I mean? Fruits help you there for sure in regards to rest and recovery. You know what I mean? Had a good gym chef today, so I'm feeling almost 100%. But we move. As always, I've been your host, the Mr. Bridge 258. Dedicate your hearts. Make sure you go to Joey's stream. Make sure you like, share, subscribe on his stream as well. Big up to my guy, man. Always a pleasure to have him on here. And just a little special message for all of you on here.
What the
That's
fucking